This week on your Blazers Sports Report, we will get updates from the men's tennis team. Then we will catch up with the head coach of the baseball team as the Blazers practice during their bye week.
Later, we will go out to the pitch to learn more about the VSU rugby teams. And finally, we will give you an update on the softball team's recent road trip. Your Blazers Sports Report starts now.
Welcome to the Blazers Sports Report. I'm Cameron Sanders.
And I'm Georgia Reeg.
Last week, the VSU men's tennis team faced off against St. Leo, who was ranked number 1 in the country. The Blazers featured the number 2 player in the country in Luca Mack, who looked forward to the challenge. Blazers sports reporter Nick Ichino was courtside for the matchup.
Luca Mack is the number 1 player in the nation and is taking the country by storm. His rise to dominance has showed continued success here at VSU. Luca has been on fire. In the 2022 to 2023 season, he has 15-1 in singles matches and 6-1 in doubles. I was able to ask a few questions to Luca Mack after the match against St. Leo.
I mean, it's obviously nice to see stand up there, but yeah, I mean, my opponent now is also a really good player. I think he had some ATP points even. So it's nice to play against those guys.
Along with Mack, the Blazers men's tennis team is the top-ranked team in the GSC, moving to 8-0 along with 3 conference wins.
I don't know, I think 6-7 conference games that are even more important than I think the regional rankings, for the regional rankings, also to win the GSC regular season title and also then the tournament.
The season finale will be against West Florida right here at VSU.
1, 2, 3!
Luca Mack has shown time and time again that he is the best in the nation and continues to do so each match. For your Blazer Sports Report, this is Nick Iachino.
Thanks, Nick. The Blazers are on the road for the next couple of weeks before returning home to face West Florida on April 8th. The Blazers hope to continue their winning ways in the lieu of the GSC NCAA championship tournaments.
The Blazers baseball team is having great success this season and sits at number 3 in the Gulf South Conference standings. Blazers sports reporter Deandra Jacobs caught up with the head coach to learn about how the team prepared for this season and the importance of leadership. Here's more.
The VSU men's baseball team come out swinging with a hot start to this season. The Blazer men's baseball team started the season with an 18-8 record. Head Blazer baseball coach Greg Gilliams shares insight on their preparations for this season.
I would say a lot of times, we've all heard the term tough love. I would start and reverse it and say love tough. And I think the first thing is the players have to know that you care about them.
The Valdosta State baseball team completed their first Gulf South Conference Series sweep of the season in their last matchup against Christian Brothers. With a 10-4 victory, the Blazers improved to 10-5 in Gulf South Conference play and 3rd in the GSC rankings.
We've had good leadership from our seniors. Nick Gonzalez and J.P. Gates, along with Jake Sessa and some other seniors, Zach Henderson. Those guys have really stepped up and provided a lot of leadership on our team, and I think our players have responded to that.
Coach Gilliams talks about the changes to implement this season.
Well, I think the big key is we have to stay healthy. I mean, when we've had some dips this year in our performance, it's primarily been because we've had some injuries. And so we're hoping to get some guys back this week. This is a bye week for us, and it happened, I think, at a really good time.
For your Blazer Sports Report, I am Deandra Jacobs.
Thanks, Deandra. The Blazers return to action this week with a 3-game series against Lee. Head out to Billy Grant Field at Tommy Thomas Park on Saturday to watch another conference matchup as the Blazers take on the Flames.
The VSU men's rugby team is working hard in preparation for an upcoming tournament. Blazer sports reporter Donovan Larkins met with the team captain to see what the team is up to at practice.
If you haven't figured it out by now, VSU's men's rugby team is its best kept secret, and they're doing it against some of the most well-known teams across the country. I'm Donovan Larkins, and this is your Blazer Sports Report. While unique in nature, wins aren't unique for this Blazer sports team, as they have been dominating so much that they recently switched conferences late last year from the Georgia Rugby Union.
Yeah, the competition is definitely a lot better, and we have to travel a lot more, so we have to prepare for that. Honestly, rugby's rugby, you know. Just like any other sport, you treat every game like it's the World Cup or the Super Bowl, and then you just go out there and do it. But you do have to kind of scout better players nowadays, and they'll do more intricate stuff down the line. I think we took a different approach in our training. We went from practicing 2 days a week to 3 days a week, and then an extra day on Saturdays if we're not playing. Rugby is the perfect combination of soccer and football. The field is the same width and length as a soccer field, and the game doesn't stop at all. There's a lot of tackling and formations along with like the football side of it.
Well, how the VSU men's rugby team has been dominated, they're looking to go from best kept secret to most well-known. With the upcoming tournament in Tuscaloosa, where they're facing the likes of Auburn and Mississippi State, they're looking to show why you should have a close eye already. This has been Donovan Larkins with your Blazer Sports Report.
Thanks, Donovan. We look forward to hearing more about how the team does in their upcoming matches.
The Blazers softball team also competed on the road last week in a top 25 matchup against number 18 St. Leo University Lions. The team split the doubleheader as the Blazers won the second game of the day. In the first game, Lions pitcher Kayla Betts only allowed one earned run in 7 innings of play. The Blazers put a run on the board in the 6th, but came up short as the Lions won 3-1. The second game was evenly matched entering the 9th inning as the teams were tied at 2. In the 9th inning, Morgan Hill hit a 3-run homer for the Blazers. Taylor Lewis hit another one over the wall soon after en route to a 6-2 victory for the Blazers. The team will return to Steele's Diamond this weekend when they face Lee University in a 3-game series. Well, that's it for today's Blazer Sports Report. I'm Georgia Reeg.
And I'm Cameron Sanders. Tune in next week for a new show, Blazer Nation.